Alright, what's up? Welcome to the video. Before I get started, I just wanted to go ahead and say that everything I'm gonna say is completely opinion based. I also didn't write a script or anything for this video, so if I like stumble while I'm talking or something, then don't worry about it. You know, I'm just trying to think of what to say. Also, if you want to use the build that's shown in this background footage, like the Diluvian gameplay, that's a Zephyr Spectre V3, which I posted yesterday, so go ahead and go check that out and you can see how to make that build. It can solo away 50 Diluvian pretty easily, but yeah. So one of the things that I thought of to make PvE better is new mobs. Now this is a very obvious one, but it doesn't necessarily have to be like a completely new mob. I feel like something that would make it just a little bit more interesting is like variations of mobs, like different like visual variations. Like they don't have to do anything different, but maybe different like color palettes for different lionfish or stuff like that. Or maybe like instead of, you know, just all black owls, we have a white owl that has light feathers and stuff. Like just stuff to make it look a little bit better. On top of that, it would be cool to have different like actual variations, how the mud skippers have like the night skippers, they've got the carbuncle thingies in layer 2. Like there's a bunch of different variations of those, so even if we couldn't get completely new mobs, it would be cool to see different variations of mobs. Like maybe there's different mutations that they could have or stuff like that, because I feel like just having attuned mobs isn't really that, it's just not that interesting in my opinion. Now something else that is definitely another obvious thing is loot changes. As of right now, there's only two things that are really worth farming, like unless you're going for specific weapons, but the only two things that are worth farming, especially for relics, are Hell Mode and Diluvian. Now, other bosses, they don't have to nerf Diluvian and Hell Mode. I just feel like other bosses and other PvE things should have better chances at dropping relics. Like there's no reason why I should do 20 Dukes or 20 Chasers and maybe get like a Smith's Alloy. Like I feel like the bosses should definitely be buffed and have way better chances of relics, and maybe be guaranteed at least like one relic, or maybe just have like a 50% chance of spawning them, because it's just really, it's not very fun only having Hell Mode and Diluvian be the only two things that you can farm for loot. And then speedrunning layer 2 or bosses in general is like kind of fun, but that's the only reason why people really do it, unless you're getting like Dawnwalker for a build, then you'll go through floor 2. But that's about it really. So it's not that Hell Mode and Diluvian need to be nerfed, it's just that other things need to have their loot pools like expanded and maybe just give boosts to the things that are already in them. Now, something that I would love to see in the game, because this is just something that I like about games that have them, are raid events. Now, it could be, I don't know how a depths, or I guess this could be depths or overworld, but I feel like there should be some type of raid event where you can see it on the server list, how you can see war or hell mode servers, and it maybe just says raid event and it's like a blue server instead of like yellow or red. It'd be really cool if we had raid events that took maybe like 5 to 10 players that like to finish them, and then obviously there would still be the risk of getting like ganked while doing it, but like you could spawn into the server and then maybe you get like a prompt asking if you want to be teleported to it, and maybe the raid event is like in the Void Sea, and then there's something that you have to do to activate it, and then like you just wait for enough people to get there and then you activate it, and then maybe it shows up on the server list. I don't know, but it'd be pretty cool to have raid events, because I don't really think there's anything like that in Deepwoken. Like a really big boss or something that just has a bunch of HP and just like, yeah, I just feel like to me that would be very cool. And then I don't know, maybe along with it, it would also have a bunch of like, maybe not a bunch, but just like new weapons, new drops, something new to come with it. Like, I'm not really focused on what the drops would be. It obviously, like, if it's a raid event, I feel like it has to have a bunch of good items. Like, the stuff that's already in the game would have to be in there, like the relics and everything. Like, maybe give a chest to everybody who does it, like Hell Mode does. But it'd be really cool to have, like, a really big boss with just a massive health bar that shows up on your screen whenever you're fighting it. But, yeah, raid events is something that I would love to see. Now, something else that I'm not really too sure how to do is, like, more dungeons. Now the Ceramin's Hollow is pretty cool. I don't know if Diluvian counts as like a dungeon per se, but the Ceramin's Hollow is a pretty cool addition to the game. And then I don't know, I guess Diluvian's the only thing that we really had that's like that. I just feel like more dungeons would be cool. Maybe there's like a depths dungeon. I don't know, I guess a Diluvian might count as that, but there might be, I don't really know. I didn't put enough thought into like what kind of dungeons there could be, but I feel like having maybe smaller like scaled versions, maybe not as like big and detailed as Ceramin's Hollow, but like cool things to do just to explore more. But yeah, that's really all I had to say about that. Now on to the next thing. I would say probably just more bosses in general, and then along with that maybe expanding how big the world is. Now I don't know if you would need to add a new luminate or maybe add like a new layer or something, but I feel like there just isn't that many bosses in the game. There's Primadon, Etheron, Chaser, Maestro, Ferryman, Kaido, and then there's probably like 2 that I'm forgetting or something. Duke, that's one of them. So that's like 7 bosses, and I feel like that's just not too many. So maybe add like, you know, 3 or 4 more bosses and maybe like a new luminate. I feel like that would be pretty cool. And like something that we haven't explored before, like maybe the new luminate is, I don't know, like a tundra or something, or maybe it's just like a forest, which I guess we kind of have in Star Sweat Valley. It's kind of like, I'm not too sure. But I don't know, something like that, like a new map. Like there has to be something new to explore, which this isn't really PvE specific, but I just feel like that would be pretty cool. Now the next thing that also really isn't too PvE oriented is just quality of life changes. Now there's only a couple things that I'm going to talk about, which is I feel like there should be a way to sort through the loot that you want in chests, like especially like in Diluvian Wave 50 you're getting really big chests. Like there should be a spot on the right and you check if you only want pieces with EVM or only pieces with physical, and then like if you check the box for that, then maybe you can type like this percent and then it will search for pieces that have that percent or higher like throughout the chest, and then only show you that stuff. Like I feel like that would make looting a little bit convenient instead of just having to search through every single piece. Or maybe you could like type the name of something and it'll show like only the stuff with that name. Another thing, this is, I don't really know how many people actually struggle with this, but selling items faster. There needs to be a sell all button, or like a sell, I don't know, like just a way to select multiple items and sell them all at once, because I take forever to sell my stuff, and I'm pretty sure notes are more valuable now compared to how they used to be. So I mean, you definitely, like, I don't know, I just feel like it'd be very convenient to be able to sell stuff faster. Now this is probably the biggest quality of life change that I had in mind, was being able to like teleport to places kind of like how Hive has. So like maybe not be able to just open up your map and then teleport, but like you could teleport to maybe the big places. So like for the depths you would have like a spot to teleport to in Castle Light and in the Seltzer City. And then maybe for, what's it called, the Illuminate with like Erasure and everything, maybe you could teleport from Etris to Isle of Vigil and maybe to like Ministraza or something. And then for, what's it called, for the next one, you know, you got Hive obviously, and then maybe you could teleport to like Star Sweat Valley, or I don't know if Monkey's probably be good because it really is just like a boss arena. But I don't know, I feel like there isn't really any point, especially in in layer 1, to just riding a boat around. Like it's just not that fun. It just takes up some time for no reason really. But yeah, this was just a short little video just discussing some improvements that I would like to see kind of to PvE, but in general as well, I guess, just more content, I guess, to add to the game. If you disagree or agree with anything that I said, or have your own ideas of what you would like to see added, then yeah, go ahead and put it down in the comments. I know this video is a little bit different than the stuff that I've been posting recently, but yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you in the next video.